The breaking news that is dominating the headlines at the moment is of former President Joe Biden being diagnosed with prostate cancer with metastasis to the bone, which is a horrible diagnosis. And my thoughts and my prayers really do go out to Joe Biden and his family during this time. Now, it's amazing to me that you can be the president of the United States for quite some time and have all of the scannings, everything that you need. And prostate cancer doesn't just appear like that. It takes a little bit of time. And if you can actually screen for it, especially if you've got metastasis to the bone, that takes a long time for it to actually occur. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I know that to be the case. It's not just going to randomly appear in your body. These things do take a period of time. And the mainstream media would love us to believe for a long time that everything was top tier for Joe Biden. They knew this news a while ago. They were hiding it for quite some time. They were waiting for the right moment to share the news. Obviously, enough time has passed, as it would seem, to reveal that he's got prostate cancer. He would have had symptoms for quite some time. And if you are the former president of the United States, you would have had access to the best medical staff they have to offer. And everyone saw Joe Biden's ailments. His slurred speech was probably another thing entirely, but the man's not well. And they wanted him to run again. Can you imagine if he had been re-elected, what would actually happen at the moment? The country would be in significantly dire straits. And then having Kamala Harris as vice president, goodness me. Now, this is actually terrible news. Here is a statement from the personal office of former President Joe Biden. Last week, President Joe Biden was seen for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9, grade group 5. That is not a good grading, I'll have you know. With metastasis to the bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. Now, if it is hormone sensitive and you can actually do effective management plans, the unfortunate part with prostate cancer is it usually ends up taking the life of the person. There's not really much you can do with prostate cancer. Tim Pool says Joe Biden has cancer with metastasis to the bone. This is considered advanced. If he had the best medical care and screenings for 4 years, that have found it, and it means he'd likely had it since before dropping out. Democrats knew. Now, the other thing is, in 2022, Joe Biden said he had cancer. We were told it was just a gaffe. How long did they know that he had this for? Who decided to cover it up? These people lied to our faces for 4 years. They need to be held accountable. Now, the ones that are being really disgusting, and because Joe Biden pretty much wrecked the country for quite some time, it still does not give you an excuse to wish ill upon Joe Biden. You shouldn't wish ill on your worst enemy. That's not the right way to do things. In fact, if you are wishing ill on someone that has done evil and done wrong, you are in fact now a ill person yourself. To think that you are thinking about this being a good thing in some way, that is actually really despicable. I don't care who the person is, what the person has really done. I think it's our job as human beings to go, this is a horrible circumstance. And yes, Joe Biden has been, aside from PDF files, I will just point that out. I want for what they've done. I know God's going to have his judgment with them all, but I don't think they deserve to breathe this air that we do. But anyway, Joe Biden, on the other hand, has served his country for the likes of 50 years. He may not have done a good job of it, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to praise his cancer diagnosis. Cancer sucks. I recently lost a close family friend to ovarian cancer. It hurts. Watching a person suffer for a long time, it's no walk in the park. It sucks. It's horrible. And I don't wish it to happen to anyone at all. President Donald Trump says, Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. That's all class, man. Your running mate, the man that beat you, all class. Even President Trump knows how bad this actually is. Sure, he may be a bad politician. Sure, he may be corrupt. Sure, he may have done some horrible things. But still, to be diagnosed with prostate cancer after everything that Joe Biden has actually been through, like this, still hits hard. Still sucks. And for those people that are congratulating the cancer diagnosis, they're no longer human, in my opinion. You've lost any ability to be human and feel. Lack of empathy. So, my friends, I just wanted to say, pray for Joe Biden, as we all should be praying for those who are lost and those that need help. Anyway, you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.